I met a gypsy.
To go back to, everyone kind of carrying on an outrage and fucking virtue signaling and shit, it's just like...
It's because we have nothing to worry about.
We're so fucking lucky that
it's the best time to be alive ever.
Dude, we had nothing. We have nothing to fucking worry about.
Nothing real.
Our lives, you know what I mean? Like, we've just cruised along.
Yeah.
And it's just been, like, I said, actually said on the podcast right at the start of COVID, I was like, imagine if 2019 was it. Like, you just look at humanity's fucking stock curve, and it just peaked out at 2019.
That was it.
And then I'm like sitting here in 2022, halfway through this bitch, going like, shit, it's sort of not something you want to be right about, but fuck me dead, it kind of looks that way, right?
It definitely doesn't look like we are. Like, even things like the average age of death, like, that's starting to go down.
Really?
Like, people aren't living as long due to COVID over the last couple of years.
Yeah, we thinned out the herd.
Thinned out the herd a little bit. But this was a big issue. I mean, I remember in school, people were like, we've got an aging population.
Yeah,
well, COVID sort of come along and sorted that out. Yeah, it did. Like, to an extent, not that bad in Australia. Like, I think personally the vaccines were good for people of that age. I don't think everyone needed them.
Yeah.
I don't think I needed it, but I took it so I could work. People of the age of 80 or 70 or whatever. Okay, cool. You need an extra layer of defense. I get it.
Yeah,
that's fine. I still think people should be able to make that decision for themselves, but whatever.
Yeah, 100%.
But yeah, man, it does seem like 2019 may have been the peak.
Imagine if you lived through the peak of humanity. You're like, yeah, I was there for it. It was fucking sick. You get on a plane whenever you want.
Do whatever you want.
Do whatever the fuck you want.
But think about how bad it would have been 100 years ago, 200 years ago, or even these people that used to just live out in the bush.
Yeah.
And they wake up. Imagine how bad your skin would feel.
I think about it all the fucking time. Like, when we were in Europe, my skin was so fucking dry.
Yeah.
What did I buy? I bought fucking, what the fuck was it? Shower milk. I couldn't read French.
Oh, shower milk. Beautiful.
I like opened up, I'm like, this looks like moisturizer. My skin was so fucking itchy and so dry that I put shower milk all over it.
Dude, one of my mates...
First world fucking problems, right? Like, how the fuck would I survive?
One of my mates he had really bad reaction to his skin. He thought he was putting moisturizer on, but he was putting fucking just like body wash on and letting it absorb into his skin. He was doing it for like 2 weeks and then he broke out. Fucking idiot. But yeah, like, imagine how bad that would be.
Oh,
it would be the worst.
And everyone that would complain, like, if you leave a comment on social media, basically, you'll die in the wilderness.
Yeah.
If you're the kind of person that could physically leave a comment that's like in any way cunty, you're dying in
like,
the
if you're one of those
wilderness.
people who's like, oh, you really shouldn't have said this. This is really, really mean.
Like the kind of person that says you can't say retarded.
Yes.
You won't survive.
You wouldn't survive.
It'd
be all over.
You'll be eaten by ants.
Yes. Yeah. Or in
you won't even get a good death.
In World War II,
you'll get a weird death.
The Russians and the Germans had a ceasefire to stop the wolves eating each other or eating them.
Fuck.
They actually had to hunt the wolves because there was these giant super packs of wolves going around and eating people on the front line. So they had to meet and they go, listen, we need to kill these fucking wolves. Like, that's the real world.
Yes.
That's the real world. Us complaining about...
And it wasn't that long ago.
It wasn't that long ago. Us fighting in the streets over gender-neutral bathrooms or being forced to take a jab. Like, I don't think you should be forced, but people fighting about it in the streets, that's nothing in comparison to what can happen if everything goes to shit. Vladimir Putin, everyone thinks he's got cancer at the moment. If he really cracks it,
that's
it starts
sketchy,
you've got a man that has all of the
power,
control,
all the power,
and all of the nukes.
Yeah,
and he's dying.
I said this so my missus is Russian, so I've got a little bit of extra insight into that world as well, which is fucking crazy.
Yeah, I bet.
But I said literally years and years ago, I was like, imagine being Vladimir Putin and having the sharpest sword just in a sheath your entire life. And then what? You die?
You don't pull it out?
You die, never fucking pulling that out, and just seeing if you could Ned Stark some motherfuckers. Just swift, straight through the neck, and it's fucking over. Like,
scary.
As if you're going to be that guy. Like, presidents don't have that kind of power.
No.
Like, you really couldn't... I don't think, let's say, like, Trump was some deranged psycho that is that way inclined. I actually don't think that could happen, right? To where it's like, I feel like the buttons are too far away. Like there'd have to be someone else in it, and there's
too
no
much,
one.
yeah. There's too much,
no one
too
else.
many middlemen.
Exactly. Oh, Vladdy, Uncle Vladdy.
I don't know. I reckon Albanese might do it.
Who's that?
Anthony Albonese.
Oh, the new
the
dude,
Australian Prime Minister.
The new guy.
I reckon he might nuke someone.
You reckon?
Yeah, I reckon he might nuke
Pull
Tasmania.
up a picture of this guy.
Anthony Albanese.
Well, I don't know much about him. Give me the rundown. Is he all right?
He fucks.
Really? He
He
fucks.
fucks.
Okay.
He fucks. There he is.
Cheeky old dog.
This man
He's
fucks.
played the pokies before,
Look
hasn't he?
at him here. Jacinda Ardern, the New Zealand Prime Minister. These guys started an OnlyFans yesterday to raise money.
Really?
No. But it looks like they could. It looks like they'd fuck.
100%.
Like, look at
There's
this.
some chemistry.
This photo right here, if you listen to this photo right here, they're getting a nice selfie together. There is no doubt in my mind that Jacinda Ardern has her hand around his cock right now.
And he's got doing the old like wrist cramp jobby, you know?
Yeah, and he's got a finger up her ass or something like that. They're talking foreign policy. It's a beautiful relationship. I
How
love
good.
it.
This is the new kid on the block.
This is him.
Man, crazy. We were in Europe for the election, so I'll be paying my $75 fine once again, like a fucking idiot that I am.
I hate that they fine people. It's fucking ridiculous.
You know what? I used to have a bit of a flag in the ground about shouldn't have to vote if you don't want to. Because like my thing is, if I'm not paying attention,
Yeah.
why the fuck should I get a
Why
say?
should you get a say? I think everyone should get a say, but you
you
should
want
have
it.
the ability to
Yeah,
say.
yeah.
But finding someone a monetary value, taking that from their bank account because they said, I don't want to vote.
Yeah.
Or at least make it easier to vote. You know what? I'm a postal voter.
Amen.
They sent it to me. I actually...
Even that's too many steps, though.
I even had the time to look at the big ballot. In Australia, we have this giant ballot for the federal election. And there's like 100 fucking boxes. You got a number from 1 to a fucking 1,000.
See, that to me is not voting.
No.
That's like fucking... What's it called?
Shit is what it is.
The Sudoku.
It's a Sudoku, yeah, absolutely.
That's exactly what it is.
So,
I don't know how to play Sudoku.
And everyone, when they walk into the where you vote at the local primary school or whatever, when you go in there, everyone's sort of like, oh my God, there's 5 people behind me. I better hurry up.
Yeah.
At least with the postal vote, you get it sent, you get to actually look at it, and then you send it back off. Why aren't we doing that?
Yeah.
If you want to do that.
Hey, let's just do this.
I do all my banking on here.
That
Why
is-
can't I vote on that?
Hey, that's the only point that you need to make. I've had this fucking argument with so many people that are old. And I'm like, where's all your money?
Yeah.
Is it in your fucking bedroom? No, it's in a bank. How do
your
you
phone.
fucking access it? You got an app on your phone. Everybody the entire world's money is accessible on phones. If you enjoyed this content, please like and subscribe. And to listen to the full 3-hour podcast, search Gypsy Tales in your favorite podcast platform or click the link in the description below. Gypsy Gang.